Yo, here we go, YouTube. I'm trying to show my face today. See how that works? Not for the corny music. Not for the corny music. What's my roadcaster doing over here? Go back. Okay. Okay. Welcome to the show, everybody. Today is February 15th, Sunday, 2024. I'm so happy to be here. So happy to be here. Hope I got the date right. Let me see. Did I get the date right? Oh, shit. It's February 18th. February 18th. We're going to do this on the fly. I'm tired of starting this over. Today's podcast is the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Massacre of Love. Massacre of Love. I think this agenda to destroy the family, the American family, the Black family in general. I'm going to speak on the Black family because I am obviously so-called Black. I'm not Black. I'm Native American. My people been here forever and ever and ever. I am Creek and Seminole. That's another podcast. But my name is Yourself, and this is the All Facts podcast. This is my fifth podcast number 5. I've gone faceless the whole time. I want you guys to get used to my voice. I want to get used to my own voice, and I'm still getting used to using my equipment. Today, I'm very excited for today's podcast. I did a lot of research on this podcast, and I am definitely invested in this. I am a family man. I'm square. You know, I'm not in the streets anymore. I have a regular job that I hate to go to. I gave myself 5 years to work this job, and I'm on number 4. So I'm transitioning out of here. Oh man, when you want to talk about this, this has been a journey for me. A whole lot of procrastination. You know, I have OCD. Proud carrier of OCD. I don't take any psych meds or anything, but I have PTSD from things I went through as a child, preteen, teen, young adult in the streets. You know, I moved away from my family very young. My mom, she remarried, and of course, I couldn't handle another man in the house with me and my mom. Only child. And I definitely had only child syndrome, big time. I went through some things. I had some very, very trying events in my life that caused me to have PTSD. And then I developed OCD. And like I said, I'm very, very happy to have uh these mental things in my life, not on those psych meds, like I said. But here we are. Here we are. Here we are today. Like I said, I'm very, very excited about today's podcast. And I think we're going to start it off with what is love? Uh, is love what we see here today? What we see in this video? Look at what we're seeing in this video. Obviously, a romantic video. We're going to get into that title of that word, romantic. Obviously, it's romantic. They got the wine, they got the dinner, they got the balloons, But look at her face. Look at her face. Why is it that when we show love as men, we get shitted on? Why is that? I think I'm gonna open up this whole Pandora's box on why all these things happen. Why it happens that a woman will begin to despise you because you love her. When you pedestalize a woman, she will begin to look down upon you and disrespect you. Why is it that respect and sex can't coexist with a man? It gets harder and harder to F your woman. We're gonna say F your woman because I'm trying to run a Christian podcast in the future because I am a Christian. And this is what I believe is a ministry. So I'm not gonna speak the way I usually speak in the street. So why is it so hard to F your woman when you begin to love and respect her as a part of your family? Once you have children with a woman, once you start a family and give her that ring and she accepts it and she becomes your wife, you don't usually treat her sexually the way she expects to be treated. The modern woman wants to be manhandled in the bedroom. She does not want to tenderly be taken made love to. That is in the movies. And my generation, especially starting with Generation X, has been raised on television and movie media. Nowadays, they're raised on social media. Um, Bottom line, it is an illusion. It is not real life. It is not the expectation of a woman to be treated like a wife in her eyes. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy, but it is the absolute truth. She begins to lose respect for you. Now, let's get into this. What is love? Love, by the Wikipedia definition, is an intense feeling or deep affection dedicated to a person, place, or thing. I think that's pretty general. And let's get into those words. Dedication. Dedication means that you've committed and you've decided to feel this way for this person. Now, why have you decided to feel this way for this person? Why did you choose this person to feel this way about? It is a feeling of deep affection. Affection comes from your passionate feeling of this person. What is your passion about this person? What is it that attracted you or magnetized you to this person? Was it you? Was it them? Did you choose them or did they choose you? Fellas, let me tell you something. If you're choosing the woman 9 out of 10 times, I'm going all the way up to 9, 10 times, you will pedestalize her. You have chosen her for her physical attributes. Most men have impulse problems. And when we see that fat derriere, when we see those luscious breasts and those beautiful eyes and those perfect lips, legs, neck, so on, we are impulsed to act on that sexual attraction. When we choose a woman, she usually does not choose us. This is the reason why when you walk up on a woman and you say, "Oh, what's your name?" corny line like that, she'll tell you your name. She'll gladly tell you her name. But that'll be that. There will be no flicking of the hair. There wouldn't be no batting of the eyelashes. There would be no tilting the head sideways. She'll answer your question. Oh, my name is Julie or Tabitha, whatever her name is. And then what? And the reason why she'll do that is because she wants to listen to what you're going to say next. You're attracted to what you see. She's attracted to what she hears. So her next thing will be, what is he going to say? So the love part, is this real love? Now let's talk about real love. This is the love that I feel, and most Christians and good Jews, good Muslims, people that are morally sound, spiritually grounded, this is the love that we feel. It is described as agape love. Agape means wide open, open love. Agape, a gape, a gaping hole. Agape. Agape love is the highest form of Christian love, the kind of love in action that shows empathy. It extends the desire for the good of the beloved. It wants the best, extends help, or demonstrates good intention for everyone. Agape love is sacrificial. Now, who was the sacrificial lamb? Who was the sacrificial lamb? Who was the willing sacrifice of the world? It was Jesus. Jesus, Yeshua, his sacrifice was what love is. Let me be clear on that. His sacrifice is what love is. His humiliation, his pain, his death, his scourge, every way that people treated Jesus in the end is what love is and what it brings. So I want you to really, really understand this. And this picture here really, really speaks to what is about to happen to this man, because he's deciding to love this person. And trust me, he has sex on his mind. And trust me, she does too. She has sex on her mind, but not that kind of sex. Now, love is a falling. It is a falling process. You are falling away from your true self, and now you are compromising that self identity for the dedication of the self that the adorned or beloved wants you to be. Uh, this is not exactly what Jesus did with his sacrifice, but this is what you do with your lust love. You will begin to fall away. It is a reason why Cupid shoots an arrow through his victim. He is cursing the one that falls in love. And we'll get into that a little later. But agape love is love that you have for somebody that reciprocates agape love. And then it becomes beautiful. If you give agape love, which is a whole, which is a falling away. If you give those pearls to the wrong swine, you will pay dearly with everything, whether you're rich or poor, whether you're black or white, no matter whether you're male or woman. If you give that love to the wrong person for the wrong reasons, you will suffer. Now, let's get into another definition. Let's get into the definition of lust. What is lust? Lust is simply a very strong sexual desire. What is infatuation? Infatuation is an intense but short lived passion or admiration for someone or something. Because you can be infatuated with things also. You can be infatuated with your car. You can be infatuated with yourself. You can be infatuated with religion. But it is described and defined as an intense but short-lived passion. Back to lust. Very strong sexual desire. So once you have lust and infatuation, it disguises itself behind what you believe to be loved based on your programming with television, with these pagan holidays, and what I'm going to get into in part 2 in depth, but St. Valentine's Day. Now, let's move on.
Have you ever pondered the connection between love and the celebration of St. Valentine's Day?
Have you? Have you? What is the culmination? What is the things that keep these things together?
Perhaps you've wondered why we dedicate a whole day to the expression of affection, love letters, and heart-shaped chocolates. The roots of this tradition are intertwined with the tale of a man known as Saint Valentine.
Okay, we're gonna pause that there. We're gonna get it. We're gonna really get deep into this. We're gonna really get deep into this, fellas. And this is for ladies also. My channel is based in trying to help men, but this one's for ladies also because ladies struggle with this also. They struggle with with love and relationships also. And I think I'm gonna start targeting more women based because we have love for our women. Modern day women and modern day men are at war, and we really need to stop this war between men and women. I think this video will go and show how this war actually started. And it started with this word that we call love. How does love destroy you? First of all, when love is misinterpreted, it will destroy you. What exactly are you saying when you say, I love you? What are you saying? Are you saying, don't leave me? Are you saying, I want you? Are you saying, I need you or I need your attention? Are you saying, I want you to believe me? Where is this feeling coming from? Is it the fact that you as a man feel as though you can't provide for her? So I will be Prince Charming. I will decide that because my money is not right, because I wasn't really ready for this. I just wanted sex, really. But now that the sex was mind blowing and mind erasing, and I am whipped by her vulva. Yeah, I said that. I like that. I like that. I was whipped by her vulva. And now I've decided I want to put a handcuff on her and keep her with me. How am I going to do that? How am I going to handcuff her? I must romance her. I must buy her flowers. I must buy her gifts. I must get her chocolates. And I must be a good boy. And lies the reason why she begins to disrespect you when you pedestalize her this way. She's not dumb. One thing about women, they are very, very, very cunning. I'm using that word exactly the way I mean it. Women are extremely cunning with their intelligence. They know what you're trying to do. Women have more options than men because they are in the sexual marketplace value. That is what the reason why a 600-pound woman that looks like Jabba the Hutt can put herself on social media in some BBW chat group and get all the men she wants in there. It doesn't matter what the woman is. She is in the sexual marketplace. Men desire sex. So she has all the options in the world. That becomes an empty place because now she becomes a sexual object, same as the vibrator that she uses, and that is get pulled out the box when, you know, when she needs to get off. But when that battery gets goes down, or when that, when the motor in it does stops working, it'll be discarded, thrown away, and they will get a new one. And this is what happens to women when with these options. But I digress. She has options, but she so she understands what you're trying to do with your game of I love you, and you are so beautiful, and oh, the sex is the best I've ever had. She knows what you're doing. She's not dumb. She knows that your money is not right, because if your money was right and you could provide the things that she wanted to, and you had options as a man, you wouldn't talk the same way, because you wouldn't value her the same way. When you have money, every woman that comes at you is beautiful. Every vulva that you experience is the mind blowing and mind numbing. It begins to get second place. So now, when a man, this man that this woman wants, because when you pedestalize her, she you become a second option automatically by default. As soon as you put her on a pedestal, she begins to look down on you. She begins to look up at someone else. As soon as you fellas do this. So, this man that she's looking up at, he's going to treat her like he's looking down on her because he has options. This is what she's going to become attracted to. She's going to become attracted to the fact that she had sex with him and called him the next day and didn't answer her phone or had something else to do. She will be attracted to the man that says, meet me at the restaurant, drive your own car there. I will meet you there. I'll be there at 5. It becomes 6, 7, 8, 9 until she finally sees, she waits 3 hours and finally sees he didn't come. And he gives her a lame excuse and she takes it and makes another date. And you're wondering why is it that she loves him Why is it that she's infatuated with him and you're showing all this love and you being all nice and you being on time and you compromising yourself and you being so thoughtful and she doesn't pay you any attention? What is this about? This is about the dynamic of pedestalizing a woman based on sexual desire and not basing it on a real relationship. You're not trying to find a woman that will, you're not trying to find the woman that you want because you want to become a better man. You want to share companionship, or everything that you decided that you want in a woman goes out the window when you're searching for sex, because sex is sex. That's all it is. And especially when you're not getting it, you become desperate and you start shooting at the moon. And that ends up being what it is. Now you attract what you're thinking about, which is sexual desire. You get it, and now you treat that sexual desire as if it is a relationship. But it's not a relationship. It's a sexual transaction. And when there's no money involved in sexual transaction, there will be disrespect by the woman to the man. We are living in the sexual marketplace. Men, stop calling these women hoes, because you are also involved in the sexual marketplace. You take yourself out of the sexual marketplace when you think about what love really is and what you want out of love. Stop changing love into what you want it to be. That brings me to the second thing. You love the wrong person. You fall in love with the wrong person. You choose to love the wrong person. The person that you're choosing is based in your sexual desire, not with your conscious decision to choose a mate, a person that will extend you, a person that has things in common with you, because you are choosing her based on lust and infatuation. Never love anything more than you love yourself. That is another way, well, where love will actually destroy you. If you love this person more than you love yourself, you will suffer. You can only accept the amount of love from another person that you can accept from yourself. If you don't love yourself, if you don't treat yourself good, if you don't eat right, if you don't exercise, if you tattoo yourself from head to toe, you will not love yourself. Same thing for women. You women out there that's getting all these surgeries. You infatuated with the way your hair is. You spending all this money on your nails and all the rest of this stuff. This is not self-love. Women get caught into this stuff and they begin to hate themselves, because what they're doing is they're competing in the sexual marketplace with beauty. Beauty is only in the eye of the beholder, and women want what other women desire. So when you see a woman, she gets a blonde wig and everybody is gawking at her. She wants a blonde wig. If she sees a woman that has a fat behind and everybody is on this woman because she has a fat behind, she wants a fat behind, even if she doesn't have one. So she's willing to fix a flat in her butt and go through everything that you got to go through for that surgery. Why? Because she wants what other women have. because she does not have self-identity. She doesn't see the things in herself that makes her beautiful. Men, you do the same things. You do the same things. As soon as you get some money, you go spend it on a car. I'm a victim of this. I like nice cars. I like the attention that you get with nice cars. That nice car is a symbol of your penis and it being available and able to provide. This is what this is a symbol of. You got guys that get nice sneakers, another symbol of your penis. Women look down at your feet. That eventually that first started because your foot size was comparable to your penis size erect. Same thing as your forefingers. This is where rings come from. Your rings on your finger were a way to attract attention to your fingers. Fingers in a man are a symbol of penis size. It's the reason why you wave the middle finger for FU. It means exactly that. So, love of self is extremely important. And I think love of self is very, in this day and time, it's hard to find love of self. How do you love yourself? The only way to love yourself is to humble yourself to the Most High. I honestly believe that in the world because we are such imperfect people. Our imperfections are what make us perfect. That's what people are. People are imperfect. So if you get so caught up in perfection, then you will feel imperfect. Why is it that we have white supremacy? Because obviously white doesn't feel supreme, understandably. Another podcast. But this is another way that love will destroy you. It will absolutely destroy you because when you start getting into I love you and you decide to love a person and pedestalize that person and adore that person begins to adore being adored and stops adoring. You're wondering why your woman is talking to you this way. You have become a woman to her. She is not attracted to that. You are feminized to her. And I'm not trying to be better than anyone else because I have done it. I'm in my second divorce. I have done it. I loved my wives. And when I started to love my wife, it destroyed the lust that I felt for her. When I was running in the street, I was trying to be like my dad. My dad was a womanizer, put my mom through hell. You know, with his cheating and his not being there at night. He was a typical, yeah, I use that word a lot lately, but he was a typical narcissist. My dad was absolutely a narcissist. And my mom is an empath. She loved my dad with agape love, where she would humiliate herself with this love, where she would give of herself so much where she had nothing else to give to this man. And he would gobble it. He would want more and more and more. And I did this pattern with my wives. I loved them so much that I started to respect them in a way because I married both of them, had children by both of them. And once I loved and respect them, it destroyed the lust that I had for them, began to erode at the sexual desire that they had for me. It ruined my sex life in the beginning. And on top of that, I was trying to provide in a way where I would be there. I stopped hustling for my first marriage. I did not want to do time. Once I got married, I had children. I did not want to do time. I did not want to beef anymore. I did not want to beef. I did not want to protect my empire the way I could. I did not have the same social status in the street that I once had. I lost my edge, and I did not understand why I lost my edge. It was because I began to love and respect my wife. Sounds crazy, but she was the wrong person to love and respect. I threw pearls to swine both times in both of my marriages. I threw pearls to swine, not knowing, being ignorant to what relationships and love were. Because you love a person does not mean you're in a relationship with a person. A relationship is reciprocal. A relationship is give and take. A relationship is the balance between being adored and adoring. It is the balance. That is what a relationship is. You have a relationship with your children that you are in love with your mother that you could or may not be in love with. Same with your kid, with your children. Because everybody is not everybody does not love. Everybody does not have the emotional intelligence to love or the fortitude or courage to actually love. Because if you know what love is, then you'll understand that the level of vulnerability that it will take you through is unreal. And most people, see, I was that guy that wasn't scared to pull the have the gun to my forehead because I didn't think I was gonna die if I pulled the trigger. I was too ignorant and to understand how dangerous love could be. I thought that love was just a good feeling. I thought that love was this amazing feeling that when you loved someone, they automatically loved you by default. How could a person, I believed, how could a person that you love not love you back? I didn't understand that it took emotional intelligence and a capacity to love. I didn't understand these things until I got older and I experienced what love was and loved and lost, which was a great experience. But I chose to love the wrong person in both times. Like I said, I'm about to wrap up part one. But like I said before, St. Valentine's Day is a construct of misdirection that destroys agape love. Agape love is a threat to those that control us because it puts power in the family. If you notice, most wealth is begat through family because with lust, sorry, with money and finance, you must have trust. Who more can you trust than blood? And you need to have people to help you. You can't watch the front and the back at the same damn time. You can't do it. So who are you going to watch? Who are you going to trust to watch your back? You can't really trust the wife or the woman because she's not your blood. And if you can't trust her, then how are you going to trust your blood? This is what happens in our relationships. They are destroying the family from the beginning, the man and the woman, and the way we feel about each other. They have turned agape love, a Christian love, a Jewish love, a Muslim love, a love of God, a love of the Most High. They've turned that love inside out and corrupted it. When the devil wants to corrupt something, the way I like to imagine it is you get, say, you like Dunkin' Donuts. I used to eat Dunkin' Donuts. I used to actually have almost an addiction for Dunkin' Donuts. I used to go get a dozen Dunkin' Donuts just because I liked the way the presentation was. And I used to get donuts and just leave them in there till they got hard. I would have one at a time until they got hard. I would give them to other people. I would get donuts and bring them into work to give other people because it seems like something about that Dunkin' Donuts box gets attention. But say you love Dunkin' Donuts and you got a dozen donuts, right? And I was to tell you the box is closed, but I took one of those donuts and I licked it all over, but I didn't eat it. One of them. And you can have one. You open the box, you look for the one that you could find that was licked on, but I lied to you. I didn't really lick the donuts. So you can't tell which one I licked. Would you eat a donut out that box if you couldn't tell which one I licked and believe that I did lick them? Would you? Would you eat any of the donuts? You'll probably more than likely decline the donuts. And this is what Satan does. Satan licks all over one donut, puts it back in the box. You can't tell which one he licked, so all of them are disgusting. And this is what he's done with love. He has totally corrupted it through his minions, through the elite that have been controlling us through time. I'm about to wrap this one up. Is anybody listening? I'm about to wrap this one up. I think this was a pretty good podcast. And this is part one. Part two is coming right behind this. Part two is about Valentine's Day. We're going to get deep into Valentine's Day. I'm going to discuss why it falls on February 14th. I'm going to explain who exactly St. Valentine's was. And we're going to get right into it. Shalom. Oh, man. Did I mess that up?